Oh yeah, so we're starting some trees. There was a big pecan tree that got damaged in the storm by my grandmother's house. And so I took some of the cuttings and I'm going to start a few of them, or try to start a few of them in these cups. So the first thing I did was I got these cups from Dollar Tree. I think they were like maybe 20 in a pack for $1. And I took my drill and just drilled 3 drain holes in them. Little cheap plastic cups. I think they're maybe 12, 16 ounces. So I did that. And then in the bottom, I put a little sand in the bottom, and that keeps the fungus gnats away. And then after I put the sand in, I put some dirt in, and then I'll stuff the tree right down into the dirt, and I'll put another layer of sand to keep the fungus gnats away. You can use whatever kind of dirt you want. I'm using this, the Vigoro garden soil, and so far that's what we have. So we're gonna keep working on it, and then I'll bring y'all back in when I get ready to stuff the trees in. I'm just prepping my cups at this point so that it'll make it go by a little bit faster. All right, so after I put the dirt in, and I just take 2 fingers, mash it down. Not too tight, but you want it firm so that it helps your tree to stand up. And so after I do this, I'll go ahead and start sticking my trees down in. Alright, so this is the rooting powder that I'm using. Of course, you can use whatever kind, that you have. This one came from Home Depot, and it was just under $5, plus taxes, of course. So all I did was I poured a little. I didn't measure, honestly. I just poured some in a little Ziploc bag. And what I'll do is I'll take the cutting, and they're already sitting in water. Okay, so this one, okay, this one. So I'll take, I'll take the cutting. Okay, this one is a piece of pecan tree. So I'll take it, and this little end right here, as you can see, they've already been sitting in water. So I'll take like a pair of scissors, and I'll just kind of rough the end up a little. Okay, so this is a little hard to do with one hand, but you just take the scissors, and all you do is just kind of scrape the bark a little, and as it tries to heal itself, and I'm going to do this off camera because it's a little hard to do on camera, but just take and rough the bark up a little, and as it tries to heal itself, it'll also produce roots underneath the dirt. And you can see like the little nodes like this, and here's one here and one here. So I'm going to try and put a minimal of 2 to 3 little notches underneath the dirt, just to kind of give me a better chance of it actually growing. And so I'll do that. Some people peel all the bark off that's underneath the soil. I'm still learning, and I like the scuffing up part because I've seen where I scuff something on a tree and it you know, heals itself and also produces other limbs. So I'm going to try the scuffing part, and if it fails, then, you know, next time we'll try the other way. All right, be back when I finish this. All right, y'all, so here's the scuffing that I did. Didn't want to do too much, so hopefully that's enough. Just kind of scraped it up, and as it heals, I should get roots shooting out of each one of those. So this has already been soaking probably about 48 hours. So I've scuffed it up. It's still pretty moist. And I'll take, dip it in my rooting powder. Okay. So I'll dip it down in there. And you can see the little bark right here. I'll take it and cover it completely in rooting powder, and then just jam it down into the dirt. So I'll cover it in rooting powder, and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, so as you can see, I have it completely covered in rooting powder. I'm going to tap it a few times while it's still in the bag to get the excess rooting powder off. And then this is what we have. It's covered in the rooting powder. And then I'll simply bring it over to the cup, jam it right down into that dirt, making sure that the dirt covers the entire stalk. This one is a little bit bigger, so okay, it's all the way down to the sand, and then I'll add more dirt to make sure that this white is completely covered, and pack it down a little tight to make sure that the tree doesn't move while it's trying to build roots and rip those roots off. All right, so I've added a little bit more dirt and packed it down kind of tight. This is a bigger piece, so it does kind of make the cup feel a little unstable, but we're going to test it out, and worst case scenario, we'll change it later if need be. If so, I'll bring you guys back. I'm also going to put another light layer of sand on top, simply because I do struggle with fungus gnats, so I don't want them to come in and annoy my plants while it's trying to grow. So I'll just put another light layer of sand, and that way if they try to eat it up, they'll have to work for it. It's definitely gonna hurt. So that's it. That's our first attempt at starting a tree. So we're gonna get the rest of these cups filled up the same exact way, and then I'll bring you guys back. So another thing you want to make sure you do is label it. I'm going to go to the store. All I have on hand right now is a highlighter, but I have to go to the store in a little while anyway, so I'll grab some permanent markers. What I'm going to write on here is the type of tree that it is, the date, and where I got it from. So make sure that you do that, or you'll probably be guessing for a while. What is this? Where did it come from? So I'm going to do that so that I can track how long it takes to actually sprout and stuff. Okay, so like these little itty bitty pieces that I don't really know what they're capable of, I'm going to put like 2, maybe 3 to a cup. I'll do some with 2, and then I'll do some with 3, just to kind of figure out how to do this in the future. So we put the bigger ones in cups by themselves, and then we put the little ones. We'll pair them up just to kind of save space and stuff. Alright, so I'm down to these little small ones. And I want to see how it works with no rooting powder. So I label my cups, no root powder. And I put that it's a peach on here. So I did this one. A lot of these are just tiny. So I stuck 4 in that one. This one, they're a little bit bigger. So I may do, all I did was just scuffed it up and jam it right down in that dirt. And so I may do 4 in this one too. Because I don't know if all of them are gonna produce or not, but if they start to get crowded, I could always repot them. I just kind of want to see how it's gonna work without doing the rooting powder. One more thing, you also want to note, I'm scratching this one up, but you want to make sure that you don't plant these upside down. You can kind of tell because the little nodes on the plant typically point up. So that's how I tell, you know, if it's upside or wrong side. And then you just want to shove it in your soil with the little things pointing up. Okay, y'all, correction. I said that these were like 12 to 16 ounce cups, but they're not. These are the same cups. I got these from Dollar General. They were $2 for 56 cups, but they're 9 ounce cups, and they work in my opinion really well. You can see the little cups there. So they work really well for starting. And then as they get bigger, I'll move them over to bigger cups or possibly little pots. Just a small update, guys. As you can see, we have sprouts. That's a plum tree. And then this one is a piece off of a pear tree. So they're not many sprouts. Oh look, there's another one. And that's a fig. So it looks like I have much more success with the bottle greenhouses. So I'm gonna continue doing it that way. So I'll get the rest of these guys. This is the one that's topped up, and as you can see, it's doing really well. So I'm gonna get some more bottles on the rest of these guys, and hopefully they'll pull on through and get some tops on the rest of these bottles. Even though they're doing a little bit without the tops, as you can see, the one with the top is doing really, really well. So we're gonna try to, oh, look at this one. This one's doing pretty good too, and it doesn't have a top. In this one, I put the saran wrap on this one, and it's doing pretty good. So they're really loving that greenhouse method. So I'm gonna get in there and get some more greenhouses on the top of the rest of these guys, and put a little water in them and see what we come up with. All right, so here is one of the fig cut ones that I cut off of one of my dad's trees. And as you can see, the date was October the 8th. And today is the 22nd. If you look closely, you can see we have little roots in there. And then when you look up here, you can see we got little sprouts coming in there. So I think this one was a success. And this one was also done with the water bottle greenhouse method. Pretty cool. Free fig tree. I'd take that over paying 40 bucks any day. All right, this is a plum. I labeled them so I can know which tree. So this one stands for Dad's Highway Plum. I don't see any roots just yet, but we are growing leaves, so I'm hoping that we have roots. All of this was bare treed, as you seen earlier in the video, the footage from when I was doing these. But I am a little worried because my leaves are turning brown on the tips. I don't know if maybe I'm putting too much water or what's going on there. I'm gonna do a little research there. But that was a success. So we have a pear that's doing its thing. Then we have the fig and a plum so far. There you go. All right, so this is another plum one that I did, and you probably can't tell on camera. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Okay, see that little, looks like a little nipple off in there? That's a little sprout we've got sprouting out. This one right here, you probably can see a little bit better. Let's see. That one. So this one, I did do the bottle method, but I just basically let it grow itself out. And it's doing pretty good. It's not growing as fast as the other one, but nonetheless, it's growing. So I think we have another success. So far we have 2 plum trees we started. So this is a fig tree cutling that we got from my grandmother. She has a tree in her backyard, and I don't see much progress in it, but I do see little buds coming. See right in there, everything is still green. So hopefully we'll get a fig tree out of this guy. I did like 4 or 5 cuttings, and there's one where I didn't even put it in the dirt yet. We just came back from vacation, so I got all these done before we went on vacation, and I came back and this is my first day of progress. But I haven't even put it in dirt yet. It's just been sitting in water, and I see little buds where it's trying to sprout. So I think I'm gonna leave it sitting in water for probably about another week and just see what happens. I think we're gonna get a tree out of that one too. Okay, so this is another fig. This one was done on October the 8th too. So we have sprouts, but what we have sprouting is roots. So yeah, that's a bit weird, but we're gonna see what happens. Worst case scenario, we'll just push all of that down into the dirt. We have a new sprout on this guy. This one was a bigger one. I wanted to experiment and see just how much we could get out of it. And looks like we're doing something. We have a sprout, a single sprout. I don't know what's happening underneath the soil line, but that single sprout makes me feel good. Hey y'all, so really quickly, this is, I think this is a pear, or is it a plum? Oh yeah, this is the plum. So I see little sprouts, but I also see a flower. So at this point, Since it's so early in the game and I know I'm not going to get fruit from this little bitty tree, I should probably pinch the flowers off, right? Chime in, let me know what you think. See y'all later.